Hi, this is Derek Jordan. Welcome to the World Fusion Show, where we bring you the leading innovators in world fusion music. Today, my guest is Yulia Musayelyan, who is a flute player and composer. She was born in Russia, but moved to the US when she was 11 years old, and is a teacher at the Berklee School of Music in Boston and works with a lot of groups in the Boston area. Welcome, Yulia Musayelyan, to the World Fusion Show.
Thank you so much for having me. Happy to be here.
So glad you could join us by Skype today. It's really great to have you.
Thanks.
It's wonderful. So your name, Musayelyan, is Armenian, but you were born in Russia. Right. But you're also very influenced by Armenian music and other music. But what was it like growing up in Russia?
I started, learning music at a very early age. I started when I was 4, and then I went to a music, I guess it's like a special music high school. So it's just always been a part of my life. But it was always, I started kind of classical music. So, and then little by little, I think when I moved here, I started discovering the other types of music that are out there. It just kind of whole new worlds opening up to me.
Absolutely. So you went to a special school. How old were you when you went to that school and started there?
I started when I was 6.
Yeah. That's amazing. So that's a little, but is that usual? Is that normal in Russia if you have talent?
I mean, it's a specialized school, so they like to get you started young. If that's really what you're going to be a professional musician, you basically go to a professional music school from the very beginning. Yeah. So it was really a blessing. I was very lucky to have that experience.
That's great. You said your mom played the piano. Did you have a musical household?
So my mom played the piano, and she was always very supportive, and my aunt as well. But none of my other family members are musicians.
Yeah.
So in that way, I actually grew up kind of listening to what my parents listened to, which is a lot of Russian singer-songwriter music, a lot of 70s European pop.
Okay.
Just kind of like a bunch of other things. So it was nice to know that there's different music out there.
It's great that you got exposed to all that.
Absolutely. It was
from
fun.
a young age. So you now are working in many different styles. You're inspired and influenced by many styles of music. Give me a description of some of the styles that you work with.
It's so hard to put, a label on the type of music I do, because in the end it's all music. But
yes.
I really got very heavily involved in all the different South American rhythms, and I very heavily influenced by Argentinian folklore.
Yeah.
And Brazilian music, which features a flute a lot. So it's like a very easy way to kind of just, discover that. And I played a lot of Venezuelan folk music. That was, I think, my entry point to South American folklore. And probably about 10 years ago, a little more, I started digging a little bit deeper into my Armenian heritage and listening to a lot of duduk and shvi and all the Armenian, native instruments.
Yeah.
So, I guess among other influences, this is the gist of it.
That sounds great. Now, I love the duduk, but I think our audience may not be familiar with what it is. Can you describe it, please?
Sure. It's a folk flute made out of apricot wood. So it has a very, very warm sound. And what makes it very difficult for me as a flutist is that it's actually a double reed instrument, and it has a giant double reed, like bigger than any other instrument I've ever seen. So it's very hard to make that vibrate.
Right.
But it sounds like the human voice. It really touches me.
Yes. I would highly recommend that our audience go on YouTube and check out duduk, D-U-D-U-K, and check out some players. There's some wonderful YouTubes up there with that instrument. So we're going to go to your first video, which is with your own group. You work with many groups. This is your own quartet, and you're playing an arrangement of a Ukrainian traditional song. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. The song is called Na вулиці сурма грає, and it translates to roughly "on the street a trumpet is playing." More than arrangement, it's actually kind of a derangement because I kept the beginning theme of the melody, and then I changed everything else.
Right.
I changed some of the meters. I put some different harmonies.
Yep.
And we're taking solos over it. So it's based on it. Well, but we try to kind of stay true to the spirit of it.
I understand. Let's go to the video right now. Thank you. Wow, that is fantastic. Really, you have such a beautiful sound. Very nice, and the group is great. You teach at Berklee, and you also work with a lot of groups in the Boston area. One of those groups is a trio, Musayelyan Trio. You want to talk about that or other groups you work with?
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to mention the Musayelyan Trio. It's a project that's very dear to my heart because it's a true collaboration. We're three musicians. Actually, the pianist that was in the last clip who plays in my quartet, Maxim Dubarsky, is in it, and he's fantastic. And a cellist named Catherine Bent, who is absolutely amazing, and a composer as well. So we play, kind of, I guess, a fusion of all the styles that the three of us bring to the group, and we play original compositions by all members of the group. So it's a very dear project to me. And we actually recorded a few months ago a record. It's going to be out very soon.
Good.
So we're working on it. Yeah.
Excellent. So we'll be sure to post that
Thanks.
Online.
It actually features a couple of or one piece with duduk.
Oh yes. So, excellent. Yeah, so we'll get to hear the famous duduk. That's good.
Yep.
You in the next video we're going to see, you are singing as well as playing the flute, and this is a project of yours that was called Tango Meets Jazz. Do you want to say something about this next piece?
Sure. So this is not an original. This is our duo version of a tango song, a traditional tango, it's called Tango Canción, called Como Dos Extraños, which means like two strangers. This, I'm starting to dabble in singing, and once you really start to understand the lyrics of the tango songs, they're really pretty brutally heartbreaking.
Are they?
So it's sometimes a little hard to sing them because it's like, wow, okay, now I have to, I have to improvise and try to not cry while I'm doing that. But so this is just a version of it, and I play some flute, and I try to bring that the sense of kind of heaviness into a song that otherwise sounds pretty major and happy unless you understand the lyrics. And it's
so. Who is the wonderful bass player you're working with here?
His name is Fernando Huergo. He's an unbelievable bass player. I'm very blessed to play with him, and actually in all my projects, and also play with him in other groups. So it's he really provides the rest of the accompaniment, because it's such a it's a duo version.
That's
so
right.
It's really up to him to kind of lay down the whole what the orchestra would be doing, and he does an amazing job with that.
He sure does, quite masterfully, I would say. Let's go to watch the second video now.
De ti, qué ganas tuve de llorar, sintiendo junto a mí la burla de la realidad. El corazón me suplicó que te buscara, que le diera tu querer. Me lo pedí el corazón, y entonces te busqué, creyéndote mi salvación. Y ahora que estoy frente a ti, parecemos, ya ves, dos extraños. Lección que por fin aprendí, cómo cambian las cosas, los años, angustia de saber, muerta ya la ilusión y la fe. Perdón si me ves lagrimear, los recuerdos me han hecho mal.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you so much.
Your singing is quite wonderful. So please keep singing.
I'll keep trying.
Okay.
Keep working on it.
So, Yulia, what is your philosophy of music? Why do you do what you do?
I think it's my way to kind of communicate with the world. Like I say, it's when I started singing, I actually kind of realized why it is that I'm actually an instrumentalist, because it's such a universal language, and it allows you to express some feelings and reflect on some things that you can't put into words. So I think it's my way of just communicating with the world.
It's great. So I'd love to go to our third video, and this is one of your compositions. Again, we'll be hearing it with you playing with your quartet. Want to introduce this to us, what the song is and what it's about?
Sure. This is an original composition of mine called Chacarera del Descenso. So chacarera is a rhythmic style in 6/8 from the north of Argentina and Bolivia, it's a dance, and there's a lot of kind of funny songs that are in it, and it just really speaks to me. Del Descenso actually refers to a soccer team going down a division, so that just happened to be my inspiration at that moment. But because it was the day that I composed the tune was
that's good.
It's kind of a big day.
That's great.
But, yeah,
that sounds great. Let's give a listen to this right now. Wow, so nice. You have such a great sound. I love your playing. So we're coming near the end of the show. I wanted to just ask you if you have anything else you'd like to share with our audience.
Sure. I actually, if you don't mind, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my quartet and the piece that we just heard, because
Please.
it's based on chacarera, which is traditional style, and it's played a lot on the guitar, and bombo, which is like kind of a big bass drum instrument, and sometimes violin, sometimes the quena, which is like one of the Andean flutes.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, we're trying to kind of recreate the sound with flute, regular flute, grand piano, electric bass, and the drummer is actually playing a floor tom, but he's playing the rim, and he put like a parch on it, so he makes it sound like a traditional bombo. I think it's very special. And that's Mark Walker on the drums, who's fantastic, and Fernando Huergo on bass, and Maxim Dubarski on piano. They just they make it work.
Yeah, it's really great. Well, Yulia Musayelyan, I just want to really thank you so much for coming on the World Fusion Show today. It's really
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been great to have you. And actually, now we're going to go to the part of the show where we play together via the magic of the internet. It's really exciting.
Let's do it.
I'm really looking forward to that. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right. Hey, this is Derek Jordan. Thanks for joining us today on the World Fusion Show. We've got lots more great shows coming. Please go to our Facebook page and like us. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. And hey, remember, think globally, listen locally, and support independent music.